Well, hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 144 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. This one titled Pre-Production. Um, and as you may have guessed, it has to do with the movie I'm making. Things are a little tense here. Now, I'm not going to go into the myriads of personal problems that I am dealing with right now because I just need to get to that finish line and then I can collapse like a ton of bricks. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell you that I am not in a good mood right now. I am not in a great mood, and not all of it has to do with the movie. The movie has parts of it, but a lot of it is personal problems, personal quarrels, and generally just not feeling good about anything about my life right now. And yeah. Anyways, my drink today is blue curacao syrup and water, and I have it in a bottle. A little bit too much syrup there, but not bad. Um, and let's try to keep it together because I need to. I'm not gonna lie, I have bled from places you really don't want to bleed, and everything is just a mess. I am not well. Genuinely speaking, I am not well. But that is for another day. That is for next week. This time, where I'm done with the movie, and then I probably will talk about the post production a little bit. But then after that, next week, I'm gonna have another pity party, and everyone is invited. So, movies. What's up with that? What's up with that? Anyways, it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie, since I've been at the directorial side of making a movie. Now, not counting my documentary, which I honestly kind of don't because that was a very uh, slapdash production. A lot of my friends, great friends, helped me make it, but it wasn't a fiction. It wasn't a story to tell. It was a documentary, and so it was a bunch of interviews, which made it easier to coordinate and easier to record. I didn't have to do much on my end. So, not counting that, I think it's been around 5 to 6 years since I've been at the helm of a production that didn't include me, a tripod, and the very audio recorder that I'm recording this on. So, yeah, it's been a while, and with that comes all of the anxieties that you might imagine. Am I good enough? If I'm good, why haven't I made anything for so long? Well, the pandemic didn't help either. But it's like all of these bad feelings are trying to get in, and I'm trying to keep them out. But I am rusty. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while. Now, I have been part of other productions. I have been assistant directors, I have been production managers, I've been audio recorders, I've been a director consultant. I have been a part of a lot of other projects, but it's been a while since I've directed. I even wrote more than I directed. So, yeah, aside from my YouTube movies, around 6 years, which is a lot. I am 26 years old for the next 5 days. Yeah, my birthday is coming up, so happy birthday to me. For the next 5 days, I am still 26 years old, and that is a significant chunk of my life. I'm trying to do the math very quick. More than a fourth of my life? 4 6 is 24. Yeah, more than a fourth of my life is me not making any movie. And so I'm trying to get back. I have a ton of ideas. I am not confident in almost 70% of them, but I'm plowing through. Now, as is with all micro budget movies, especially student films, which this I genuinely classifies as one. Um, and with no budget movies, and a lot of the work is being done by my friends, and I am very grateful for them. I have a amazing team. My producer, my AD, my production manager, my costume designers, my actors, everyone are doing a great job, and I am grateful for them massively. I can't thank them enough. Um, but the thing is that as we're getting closer to the movie, I am getting more and more stressed. Not just because, oh, there are stuff we need to do that we haven't done, because genuinely, those I can kind of deal with. We will do stuff at some point. There are still 2 days left before we start shoot on Monday. So even until Monday morning, we can make some stuff happen. But I'm not that worried about them though. The bigger problem is I am second guessing everything. Now it's too late to be doing that. I need to stick with some of the ideas. Now my movie is gonna be it's not gonna be 16:9 dimension. It's gonna be 4 by 3, which is more square frames. Like David Lowery's A Ghost Story, or like half of TV productions made in Iran. Not half, almost all of TV productions made in 1970s, 80s, and 90s in Iran, and I guess everywhere else. Why did I single out Iran? Because genuinely speaking, one of my biggest inspiration for my movie is the TV show Hazar Dastan, and that it's a TV show. But also, Ali Hatami's mother is 4 by 3. Now, why did I choose 4 by 3? Is because at first also it is nostalgic. As I said, one of my biggest inspiration for this movie is Hazard Astan, and 4 by 3. It just brings you into that mindset immediately. From the first frame, you will go back there. And also, my movie is not very dynamic, meaning there isn't any high tempo, high octane scenes in it. Even when people run, they do this fast walk instead of fully running. And so that is also something to consider. So when that is happening, um, 4 by 3 is actually a good choice, because without all of those dynamic action shots, I can really just create a frame within my shot. Like every detail can be managed, and 4 by 3 actually gives more headroom, which is good because my movie is about taking control and people need to look smaller than usual in there. But it also has its own set of problems, its own set of issues, which is that the movie has. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It has its own set of problems. One of them is that because we are recording in 16:9, we are not recording in 4 by 3. We will crop it in post, which is actually the better way to do it, because it gives you more adjustment that you need to do, and that we need to do. That we need to actually do very good, because I have one hidden cut in the movie that needs to go out perfectly. So recording in that way is actually good. It's preferable. Now, the thing is that our filming location, is not a professional movie set. It's not. It's not made by a studio. It's literally an old house that one of our family friends was generous enough and kind enough to actually lend it to us. So yeah, that is great. So while that is another sorry, the problem is that we may not be able to put the camera wherever we want. So, for example, if a room is, for example, 3 by 4, we can't remove the walls. So that really hampers some of the ideas that we might want to do, but genuinely, most of them are doing good. I am not, I am okay with all of them. Uh, and going in, my movie has a lot of shots, preliminary, like after doing the shot list, which or découpage, as the French call it. I did it wrong. I did it post edited, which is, I'm not gonna say wrong. It's not a efficient way, because right now post edited version of doing that means that, you know it it doesn't give me the best option for filming. It mostly just gives me how many shots I'm gonna have by the end of the movie, which is 260 shots, which is not nothing, especially for a short film. This is a short film, by the way, 30 to 40 minutes. These are getting quite technical. I'm sorry, this episode is not gonna attract most of you unless you are deeply engraved into movie making stuff. So that's why I called it pre-production. um, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna have to move the camera 260 times. Basically, for example, I have a scene which has 47 shots. It's one of the pivotal scenes. It's an argument between two characters. But that 47 shots becomes much more manageable and reasonable when you remember that throughout all of that 47, I have four major camera locations and 3 or 4 odd ones, and 1 or 2 inserts, which are when you put the camera really close to an object. Um, so with all of that concerned, it's not as daunting. But you say 260 shots, and people get scared. I get scared when I read that number. When I added all of them up, I was like, "Holy fuck, that's a lot of shots." Now, it still is going to be kind of a struggle. It's not going to be smooth sailing, because it's a lot of shots. It's not as much as I thought. It's not 260, but it's still a lot. And for each of them, for each camera change, you need at least 10 minutes to an hour, depending on how much work needs to be done. Actors need to prepare, the set needs to be prepared. Now, hopefully, we can go there on Sunday, which is the day after tomorrow, and prepare the set for at least the first day of shooting. Most of the movie doesn't need to have that many set changes, but one room, well, actually 3 rooms, need to be changed quite massively, if I'm honest, which is not good. I'm not gonna lie, I am stressed. And as I said, the stress is really doing a number on me, and it's ruining my personal life. It's ruining my, I think, friendships. It's not good. But at this point, I just need to plow through. I am too deep to give up. I'm just gonna move one step at a time until I fall down, and then I will not get up, probably. So that's the idea for, like, the problems that we have and how the shoot is going to go. Now, predictions. I predict that the shoot will not go easy, but it won't be as bad as I think either. My worst case scenario is that instead of 4 days, which is my allotted shooting time, I go into 5 days. And in that case, I am fucked, because I'm not only going to go over budget, which I'm definitely going to go over budget in a massive way. I'm also going to get destroyed, because I don't know if all of my actors, all of my crew are down for 5 days. I've told them all 4 days, and already it's stretching the limits. So yeah, my biggest worst scenario is to go to 5 days. So hopefully I'm not going to go into 5 days. But at the same time, I'm not fully ruling it out because, as I said, it's the worst case scenario. On the other side of the things, some of prediction is that I'm worried about whether or not the camera is going to be there on time and the camera equipment because we're doing a different thing than we did on the last two movies. I'm worried about the quality of the picture, the quality of the set that we're going to design. Those are just existential threats. Is the movie going to be good? I don't know until I make it. So yeah, in my head it's good, but that's the problem. It's in my head. I've gone through the movie shot by shot so many times in my head that I feel like I've seen it like 1,000 times. And I'm like, oh, that's a good movie. That short movie is good. Now, what's the next one? But no, I haven't made that yet. So yeah, I also have problems keeping my attention. My attention span is shortening by the day. So thankfully, again, I have a great team. I have a team where I can trust and give my first AD and second AD, like, okay, you deal with the actors, you deal with the decoupage and set and the design. I have the ease of mind that when I tell my production manager something, he's gonna get it done. I have a ease of mind that my producer is behind me and has his thumb on the project and knows how to, from his hands on the project and knows what needs to be done. I'm trying my best. Honestly, I'm trying my best, and that's the best I can hope for at this point. But I am scared. It's not. It's a lot of money I'm putting on this movie. A lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of resources are being spent on this movie. And I'm sure of it. I know what I want to say with it. I know how it's going to look. I know how it will feel. I know my story and I am sure of my movie. The problem is, I just lied to you through my teeth because I'm not sure. I know I like the story now. I know it's good what I want to say now. I don't know if it's what I want to say in a month. And this movie has been going on for 2 months, this pre production, and doubt is starting to creep in. I am confident that whatever happens, this movie is going to be one of my best because my other movies aren't very good. But it still is frightening to an extent. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, in 3 days, we say the first action, and 4 days after that, we say the last cut. Prop wise, accessory wise, I am actually not in a bad place aside from the frames, which I'm going to get today. I don't know when this episode will be published. I know it's probably not going to be just as I finish recording it because I need to leave the house shortly. But yeah, I'm trying to keep the balance of everything. And to quote Oppenheimer saying to Thanos, there is no balance. I don't know, it's a ERB reference for those of you who watch ERB. The new episode is supposedly going to drop today. We're gonna see what it is. It's King Kong versus Godzilla, I think. Not as excited. But Marx versus Henry Ford was pretty good. I love that. I listened to it a lot. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. I am anxious as hell. Blood, sweat, and tears are involved. And I'm waiting for it to end. I know I'm going to collapse. And I know I won't get up. And I know at that point I'm going to hurt a lot of people because they want to help. and I cannot be helped. I am the way I am. And that is not good. But until then, I am a director, and I will see you all next week.